out some videos in the week, starting from next week. Just to let you know, things are just eased up a little bit in the day now. So hopefully I will, and I've promised you all, I know that I'm going to do some swatch impressions, swatch comparisons even of the Exaggerise palette against the new Instant Look in the palettes. But today I want to show you, as I promised, hello Terry, I promised you that I would show you my new foundation. It's kind of new and it's kind of not so new, but you'll get what I mean in a minute. Hello Terry, I'm going to wait till you all join me. I could do with something. I am feeling very washed out at the moment. Again, I think it's the sort of after effects of the vaccine. It just makes you feel a little bit tired and a little bit. Now, hopefully no one's going to ring me up. I've spoken to Mick. I have spoken to Lucy, my sister. And so hopefully they'll remember not to call me. I'm just putting some of this hyaluronic acid. Hello, Shahina. Hyaluronic acid serum under my eyes just to plump them up a little bit. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Terry. Hello, Shahina. Hello. Oh, who's that? Hello, Jane. Oh, I know. I saw something pop up this morning. I meant to reply to you. I know you're waiting for your son. As I say, no need to apologise. Come and go as you need to in here. Hello. Now, you know it's my birthday on Sunday. And last week, I finally treated myself to this foundation, which is very like the older one that I got, except it's in a kind of cushion version. And I'm going to show you this. This is not to be missed. Look at my pigmentation now. It is really coming into summer and I'm getting that horrible ruddy complexion that I get. And my pigmentation is just completely out of control. But you wait until I put this foundation on. Now, I was so impressed with this that I also got some birthday money, and Rebecca has been helping me decide. Rebecca, I went for two things in the end because they had an offer on. If I bought them from Harrods, I could get a big bag full of about £350 worth of other beauty items. So I'm going to do a special. It'll be on or around my birthday. Right, I ended up getting the concealer. I've ordered it today. The concealer and the powder foundation, which is quite hefty price tag. But I've ended up then getting this bag with £350 worth of products. I am always treating myself. I know. But let's just pretend it's because of my birthday. But I did get birthday money. So you wait till you see this. This is such a good foundation that it just works so well for me that I've added up that all the foundations that I've bought before, trying to get a good match, trying to get something that looks good on my skin. I could have bought this anyway. Hello, Bushra. I deserve to treat myself. Hello, Ellie. Thank you very much. And has Stacey joined yet? Because it's Stacey's birthday as well on Sunday. Right, watch this. So this is the foundation. I'm not even going to talk about how much it costs because you know what La Prairie is. It's crazy expensive. But you do get a refill in it. So you get 30 mils. It's 15 mils in here, but you get a refill. That is it, and it's like a cushion foundation. But I'm going to do this side of my face. So have a look at the before, right? Have a look. Pigmentation, all of that. And I'm going to do this side of my face. So you just basically press the puff down. It's a liquid. And then you just start to tap onto your skin. No, I haven't got a lot of product on the puff. One second, there's somebody at the door. I'll be back, everyone. Coming. Thank you. Oh, isn't it always the case? Sorry, guys. If it's not phone calls, it's somebody at the door. Right. Okay, can you see so far? That was one. So little puff. The bit, I'm just going to do half. Look at my forehead. Look at my forehead. I'm going to do half of my face with this foundation. And I'm actually going to put it round my eyes because it's absolutely fine going round my eyes. There you go. Look at that side. All my pigmentation gone. Jane, you really, it's so crazily expensive. It's nuts. It's kind of, I've come into birthday money makeup, but it's just so good on my skin. Right, now look at this side. Hello, Maria. So, the unfoundation side, pigmentation, 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 all of that, all my flaws, and then so it's very expensive, but I'm sorry, it's worth every single penny. You want me to tell you how much? £180. It's birthday money makeup. But look at it. And it doesn't budge. And you only use a little bit and it's done. And the amount of foundations, honestly, that I have bought myself and just wasted money because they don't match properly. So shall I do the other half now? So watch. So look, this is it. It comes like that and you just press it down so that you get some on there. That's it. And then you just pat it onto the skin like this. I'm trying to see how much I can put on without dipping back into it. Probably needs a little bit more. So one more pump. And you definitely don't put as much as when you're squirting some out onto your hand. So I am very happy. But I've also bought the concealer now with my birthday money and the powder foundation, which I'm going to try setting it with. But I'm absolutely loving it. It's worth every penny. And I'm just not going to buy any other foundations this year. That's it. That's how I can justify it. I'm just not going to even bother with any other foundations. So if you say, oh, but Ali, are you going to try the new such and such foundation? The answer will be no, because I always get the wrong shade. It always looks too yellow. This doesn't look yellow at all. Doesn't look yellow on me. It's covered my pigmentation and I've put so little product on it. It's just, it works. It works. Can you tell I'm happy? Now, last year, do you remember? No, the year before, I've still got, didn't get the setting powder because I can't afford to get everything. But I still have this one that I got when I retired. There's so much in it. Right, and this one is La Prairie. It's not caviar, but it's still good. And I'm just going to use this to powder around my nose. And up there. Don't really need a lot of powder elsewhere, just around my nose. And I'm not gonna, I can do a little bit over my eyes, stop it creasing. Not that it will that much. Just to set it all. Oh, no, I've put it everywhere now. How do you get a match? Right, I'll tell you what happened. Of course, when you're spending that much, you want to make sure that you're matched. This was a foundation. When I got this one, this is the same sort of thing, but it's in a bottle and you get a concealer in the top. So I got this when I was medically retired with my lump sum money. I went into the shop because I thought there's no way I'm spending that kind of money and getting the wrong shade. I went in, I found the best match. And then in terms of the concealer and stuff, the concealer that I've ordered, I just contacted La Prairie. Their customer service is really good and said, my shade is Satin Nude. If I was to get the concealer at any point, what shade would I be? And they told me which one to get. But I would definitely say, obviously, you need to go in. This is a very considered purchase in terms of the amount of money. You won't regret it if you were to spend that amount. Because I think once you do, you probably never use any other foundation again. But you need to go and get matched. You really don't want to risk it. And as you can, I'm delighted because it doesn't make me look yellow. It's a neutral shade. Oh, Bushra, you got your vaccine yesterday. Oh, Bushra, I'm so pleased for you. Hello, you ordered Divine Rose 2 for your birthday. Well done. Right, let's have a look at all your comments now. I've been busy chatting away. Yes, Stacey, I was wishing you a happy birthday for Sunday. You ordered Wedding Bells lip because of how it looked on Rebecca. That's great, Terry. You bought jewellery. Maria, when's your birthday? Yes, I know. It's silly, isn't it? Silly money. Oh, Maria's just subscribed to your channel, Rebecca. Yes, I was matched in store. You definitely would not want to guess your shade. Oh, everyone's complimenting you, Rebecca. You've got beautiful hair. You'd have to travel to London. I mean, you could try emailing La Prairie, but I really would not want to do that blind. Not for that money. You'd be so upset if you got the wrong shade. Now, do you know what I thought I'd do today? Because I haven't actually done a try-on of this since I got it. Ah, Happy birthday for the 9th of April. That's the same day as my cousin's. It was the day that Prince Philip died, wasn't it? So I've got this weird thing for dates. Sorry, if somebody gives me a date, I'll spiel off everybody I know that's got a birthday on that date. I've always been the same. Like I know friends at school's mothers' birthdays still. I've always been the same with dates, but I can't remember names. Where's my hat? Yes, now, I wanted to say to Jane, thank you so much. Jane sent me a box of goodies. My hat is here. My little turban. Thank you, Jane. And she sent me some makeup goodies. Look at this. So when I'm having a bad hair day, I can put on my hat. I can do the Queen in this. And she sent me some goodies. Now, Jane, some of them smashed in the post, but don't worry, I've still been using them. And I tell you what I tried yesterday. This one smashed a bit in the post, but it's still usable. One of them's gone, but that one was the one that basically, and I think the Laura Geller smashed a bit. But this one is lovely, and I'll tell you the other one that's not in here. So this is what Jane sent me as a little thank you present. You're very sweet, Jane. I used this yesterday. I used this yesterday. This is so not. Now this, I'll tell you what, I had my eye on this. How did you know I had my eye on this? I'll tell you why. I'm going to take this off for now. I had my eye on this before. Because this is very similar. This shade here is very similar to First Love by Charlotte Tilbury. And this here is very similar to the pop shade of Pillow Talk. And it's e.l.f. So look, guys, e.l.f. is very affordable makeup. And that is very, very nice. I'll put that on today so that you can see it. I haven't tried the others. Yeah, I haven't tried, which one did I haven't tried this one yet. It is the Aubergine Moonlight one, but I'll do that one soon. I'm going to be doing some videos. I know I haven't been doing any weekly non-live videos, but I am now, because as I said, I'm freeing up some time in the day. So I will definitely be doing that. I've been getting very, very tired at night. So once I pick Jack up from school, I'm kind of getting worn out. My pain has been, really not good at the moment. So I'm hoping to speak to my consultant soon and see if we can do something to my meds so that I'm not having to take top up as much. But anyway, getting back to this. I got this a while back and I haven't shown it you yet, which is the Natasha Denona Glam Palette. Now, for those ladies that, now this isn't La Prairie price, but, they're still not cheap. This is £60, this palette. But for those of you that don't feel very confident in applying makeup and knowing what colours to put where, this is really good, because what she's done is she's put underneath, instead of shade names, I'm sure Rebecca's done a review of this as well, but instead of putting shade names, she's put down where to put them. So centre eyelid, you've got centre outer eyelid, inner corner, crease, transition, smoke blend, lash line, inner corner, centre eyelid. So you basically got a kind of cool and warm, and then a guide about where to put things. So if you're interested to see how these colours look on olive skin tones, is this the Natasha one you're talking about, Tria? Yeah, I'm loving this. That's it. From now on, it'll be La Prairie foundation. You've been the same with your legs, have you? Maria, I tell you what the thing is that I wear patches, these sort of stick-on patches that are supposed to keep my pain at bay. and then you take top up when you need extra. But after about 3 or 4 years of being on them, your body gets used to them, and you have to switch to another one for it to be effective again, because your body just gets used to it. And I really, to be quite honest, and probably last year I got to that point. And what happens is you then have to start taking top up. But if you then start taking that for too long, that becomes ineffective. So what you actually need to do is say, right, start again, and then change the patches to another type. And then you don't need to use the top up as regularly, because your body then responds to the patches. But because I haven't been able to see my consultant, I'm going to try and get in contact via email and see if they can look to changing my patches so that my top up then is reserved for, you know, only when it's actually breaking through. Whereas at the moment I'm having to take top up all the time because the patches just aren't working. You kind of know it's all about pain management. Yeah. So I'm just going to get some eyeshadow shades, eyeshadow brushes, and I'm going to put on some of this, and you'll see. So if you are one of these people that really doesn't feel comfortable knowing what to put where, this is a really good palette for you, because it just tells you. And I'm going to follow her instructions. So there's one that says transition. So I'm going to take the transition shade and just pop it in here. So the transition will help you to blend out. So I'm just going to follow. I mean, I like to mix and match, and I'm used to doing all sorts of things with palettes, but I am going to just use what she says where. Right, so that's your transition shade. Now you've got a mixture in this palette. You can either go for the warm golds and browns, or you can go for the cool greys. I'm going to do the cool greys today, but I'll show you a warm brown look as well if you want some other day. So then you can just go for, so you've got about you've got two sort of cool grey options for the centre of the eyelid. And then you've got different options for the outer. So I'm going to put on this grey that says outer eyelid, right? So outer eyelid, that's here. And I'm just using my Sonia G brush. I'm going to just keep to that. I'm not going to use anything else. By the way, Rebecca, I was looking at Sonia G brushes this morning. I thought, no, look away. You've had plenty now. So just applying that to my outer eyelid. Oh, Tracy, what? Tracy, Tracy can't wait to do my makeup as Easter Sunday while playing football with my grandson. I slipped and broke my wrist. Oh, I'm so sorry, Tracy. Hermes sent it back. The package was open and all wet. Do you know what my sister's had? My sister had that, Stacey. Her parcel didn't turn up, and it kept saying it was back at the delivery depot, out the next day, and then back at the delivery. And they said, oh, sometimes if it's damaged, that happens. And she had a real effort, and eventually they're sending her a new one today, but because she ordered this palette. Right, so that's the outer lid, and it tells you, put that on the outer lid. So I'm showing you how easy this is. And then the centre of the eyelid, you've got two options. You've got a grey, which I'm going to do. So centre of the eyelid. There we go, centre of the eyelid. And then you've got options for the inner eyelid, inner corner. So actually there's only, oh no, there's two for inner corner. So I'm going to do the cool option. There's a warm one and a cool one. So I'm going to do the cool one. So this is for inner corner. So if you're one of these people, as I said, that gets an eyeshadow palette and says, yeah, it looks great, but I don't know what to put where, this is an excellent palette because it just tells you what to put where. And then you've got another one for the crease. So if you want to sort of blend it out the top, there's one that's a matte shade for the crease. And then you've got a smoke one, but that's a sort of warmer shade. So I'm going to leave that alone. And then you've got one for the lash line, which I'm just going to get a kind of more of a liner brush. Bear with me. Let me find my liner brush. Here we go. So you've got one that says lash line. And this one, if you get a liner brush, you can just put it on like a eyeliner. And you can get a warm or cool look out of this. So I think this is an excellent palette. So really well done, Natasha. And I don't always like, as you know, I'm not always fond of Natasha Denona palettes. I've had a couple in the past that I haven't reached for because they're too drying or a bit too powdery. I don't warm to them. But this one I think is great because you've got cool and warm and it tells you exactly what to put where. So this is really, I think, worth every penny. So that's the lash line one. And then it's got one for the brow bone, which I'm just going to put on with my finger. It says put this one under the brow bone. I mean, how easy is that? Now what I'm going to do is a little bit that says in a corner, I'm just going to put underneath as well. There you go. So really, really easy. I'm going to put some of Victoria Beckham's black eyeliner in my waterline. And the e.l.f. blush that Jane has got me will go beautifully with this eyeshadow. Right, what have I done with my mascara? You're loving the VB eyeliner. You got Bordeaux. Oh, do you know what, Tria? I can just imagine Bordeaux on you. I bet it looks fantastic. Fantastic. In fact, I should have done that. Look, I'll put a bit of Bordeaux on as well. Show you guys. It goes really well. It goes really, really well, actually, with these are definitely my all-time favourite eyeliners. Let's put some of that on at the corner, just to give me a pop of something else. I should have put that on instead of the black. So easy to blend out as well. So soft. And then some VB mascara. I definitely need, because this is a good match, this foundation, but because it is neutral, I definitely need a little bit more warmth on my cheek area. So I just need to put a bit of bronzer on. I haven't done my brows, but never mind. Imagine I've done my brows. I'll put a little bit of airbrush bronzer on. Let me try the medium shade. I can just about get away with the medium bronzer on this foundation, if I can find it. What have I done with it? Oh, I'll just use 3. Oh no, here it is. Let me show you, because it's neutral. There's a white van in front here. Because it's neutral, the foundation, I can actually get away with using the medium bronzer for a little bit more of a subtle bronze. Just about shows up, but it just gives you a bit more of a subtle look than using the tan. See? And great for a nose sculpt. Right, let me put this blush on. What have I done with the blush now? Put this blush on by e.l.f. This white van has kind of parked diagonally across my neighbours and my driveway. So I keep nosing out there thinking what's going on. So this is the matte peach shade. I love it because it really is like First Love. It gives you that peachiness that kind of evens out the complexion. And then the highlighter is just gorgeous. I'll use my fan brush for the highlighter. This is a Real Techniques fan brush, by the way. Really, really pretty. And that's e.l.f. So if you like First Love by Charlotte Tilbury, this shade is called Light Chi. And Jane must have been psychic because I actually had that in my basket for about 3 months, wanting to get that. So I don't need to now. So thank you, Jane. The makeup police are watching me. Yeah, they will be. They'll be coming to arrest me. You got Pretty and Ice in watercolor blush and highlighter. Oh, you'll love that. So Emma, what was this? The top of the pencil. What, your eyeliner? Was that your VB one? Oh yeah, send it back. When I got the burgundy one, the tip broke off, but I had to sharpen it, but it hadn't broken all the way down. Definitely for that price, definitely. Well, for any price. You want to choose my lip color? Okay, well, as long as I can reach them. What do you want to? You suggest one, and I'll tell you if I can reach it. So Terry wants to pick my lip colour. While you're deciding what lip colour I should wear, I will do something with my brows. Amazing Amal, very Victoria. Right, you've got to, between you all, you've got to decide which one is best. And then I'll have to go look for it. No, you can't tell until you start sharpening if it's broken. But if it's broken, you can send it back. First dance. So we got Amazing Amal, very Victoria, and First Dance. Any other suggestions? I think you need to decide between you which one. You think Amazing Amal too. See, that's the thing with a burgundy-ish, like not burgundy, but that kind of colour or a very Victoria colour would work with this look. I'm just putting a bit of the eyebrow cheat, and I'll put a bit of the clear stuff on Brow Fix. And Ellie's saying first. I think First Dance and Amazing Amal are quite similar. So shall I show you? And then, of course, Terry's saying very Victoria, which also would go beautifully with this look. Let me get Amazing Amal and First Dance, and I'll show you that they're actually quite, I think they're quite similar. Bear with me a second. Now, Terry, I haven't ignored you. I just have a feeling that very Victoria's in another place. You'd love to see more eye looks. Okay, I tell you what, you can do a really nice gold look as well, goldy brown. So I'll do that. I'll try and do that tomorrow. Film that for you tomorrow. I'm also aware that I did promise last week that I would do some swatch comparisons of the Exaggerize palette and the new Instant Looking at palettes. You said Amazing Amal. Someone said very Victoria. Sorry, thank you, Terry. Right, just bear with me a second. Right. Amazing Amal. Where are you, Amazing Amal? I know that my Amazing Amal and First Dance are in the same place. So I'm going with those two suggestions. Here we go. Right, Amazing Amal and First Dance. Do you see what I mean? They're quite similar if you look at the lids. Right, let me swatch them. Right, Amazing Amal. And First Dance. Very similar. One's just slightly darker. So I think probably Amazing Amal, because you've seen me quite recently in First Dance. You've got a hot date. We want to know more. We want to know more. Is it with the postman? Is it with the postman? Yeah, and Viva La Vagara. They're all quite similar-ish, aren't they? These all look very good on olive skin tones. Yes, which one is the darker? Amazing Amal is the darker one. So that's Amazing Amal, and that is First Dance. I'll do half and half if you want. I won't put lip liner on so you can see what colours they are, and because I'm being lazy. Don't look at my teeth, they're terrible at the moment. You were chatting to him this morning, so your date is not with the postman then? I suppose you don't want to say too much in case he finds out that you're on here. But we won't tell if you don't. Now, Emma, I wish I'd known beforehand because we could have done a first date look. Is it? Oh, actually, you didn't say it was a first date. You said you had a hot date. Is it your first date? That's what we need to know. We need to know that information because we need to work out what makeup you should be wearing. And it's different whether it's a first date or a second date. All right, so we're not going to pry too much, but is it a first date? Or is it have you had more than one date? Because that will tell us what makeup you should wear. Right, that is First Dance. A first date, a socially distanced cup of tea in the cold. Oh, that's actually quite romantic. I actually think that's quite romantic. I think you want to go pillow talk then. Because you don't want to look like you've made... First date, you don't want to look like you've made too much of an effort to look beautiful. But you want to look beautiful, which you will anyway, because you are. But I would say go for kind of the pillow talk type stuff. Right, this is Amazing Amal. You want to be like, oh no, I just look like this when I wake up. So that's Amazing Amal. And that's First Date. So this is slightly darker. I think Amazing Amal is better with this look. It somehow goes better with the grey than that one. It just brings out the grey more. But I'm going to be really lazy now and just cover up what I've done with. Spread it around. Well, good luck with your date. We're all rooting for you. I think Amal goes better with the grey. And you know what? I've managed to resist getting the grey liner so far. But I will get it. You know I'll get it eventually. So I will be doing another... I might do a live to show you my other La Prairie treats and to show you what I got in the Harrods bag. I'm very excited about the Harrods bag. The only problem is that the tote that you get from Harrods, it's a proper Harrods tote bag. How am I going to pretend? No, this is just something I bought years ago when I suddenly have a Harrods tote. Can't hide that from the other half. Mind you, he has given me birthday money and told me to go. He said, I could get you something, but what do you get the woman that has everything? So he said, go and get yourself something. which is fine because he's got a busy week this week. So I'm happy with that. You might try the new Pretty Blush palette. That would look lovely on you, Emma. Oh, what, for your dad? Yes, that would look lovely on you. Very nice. Very nice indeed. And maybe I'm just thinking about a lipstick that'll bring out the colour of your eyes, because your eyes are amazing. Maybe something like this, actually, rather than a kind of pillow talk. Something that's going to... You've got green eyes, haven't you? Thank you. I feel very comfortable. And you know what I like about it? Even though it's really covered up my pigmentation, I don't feel like I've got a lot of makeup on. It doesn't feel caked. You know, and you can throw... I did feel guilty about spending that. I've always felt guilty about spending that amount of money. But when it works, and you know you're going to use it, I just think, what the hell? I've literally wasted hundreds of pounds trying to find a good foundation that doesn't match properly or just doesn't look very good. And I bought that one from Dior, which was too pale. So I'm going to give that to my sister. You know, and if you add up how much you spend trying to get a good foundation that doesn't quite come up to what you expect it to, and then I react like that when I put this on, I'm not guilty anymore. Why are you saying cancel? No, 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 don't cancel. Do you know what? I think a bit of pigmentation, I know I've covered mine up, but I think a little bit of pigmentation can look fresh and pretty. If you look at Meghan Markle on her wedding day, she's got all the freckly cheeks. Don't forget, Emma, that we're our own worst critic. It's too cold for this kind of nonsense. No, don't. We need to encourage Emma now. We all need to give her some encouragement. It's only a cup of tea. And actually, here's the positive side to it, Emma. So, Ali, the dating advice now. The positive side to this is that your first date isn't going to be in a restaurant or a bar or anywhere where expectations are super high and you've got all that, oh, what if we don't get on? I've got to sit and have a meal with him. I've got to, and then all that pressure after you go for a drink is, oh, what if he says, should we go on for a meal? And I don't really, you've always got the COVID excuse. Oh, encouragement to buy La Prairie. Well, it is expensive, but I absolutely love it. I'm sorry, I can't. It is worth it to me. It's covered it really quickly, and I've hardly got anything on my skin. The only thing I'll say is, if you are considering it, I know you won't regret it, but you might regret it if you don't get the right colour match. So if you're going to do it, then go into a shop and get the colour matched. And that's what I did. And actually, two of them matched me quite well. Honey beige was the other one. And she said, let's put a bit of honey beige on that cheek and some of satin nude on the other. And it was very little in it. Well, yeah, but you don't want too much wine. I went on an internet date once, and, well, I went on a few years ago, and I was so nervous that I was knocking them back, and I'm sure the guy at the end of the date thought I was an alcoholic. And I don't even drink now at all. But I was so nervous that I was kind of glugging them back to give me confidence. But I was very tipsy. And then, of course, you just look like you're an old lush. Have a short before you go out. And then sit and have your cup of tea. But as I said, it's perfect, actually, if you think about it, Emma. Because going to a park to have a cup of tea, there's no expectations on you to do anything more, so you can relax, because you know you can't go for a meal because of COVID. But if you get on, you could say, oh, should we go and quickly grab a takeaway and eat this in the park? But actually it's actually perfect, because I've been on dates where I think, oh no, get me out of here, and you've got that whole thing of, oh no, he's going to say, should we go for a meal? And I really don't want this date to continue. You haven't got any of that pressure. You can turn up with your mug of tea and just relax. And you know we're all rooting for you. I know it's really difficult because people say, oh, well, just be yourself. And I could never be myself when I went on those internet dates. I was anything but myself. I was quiet and hardly said a word. Can you believe that? And that ain't me. It is hard. But my nan and granddad met on a blind date. So I wouldn't exist if it wasn't for a blind date. And I'll tell you a bit of a funny story. So my granddad's surname was Earl, right? And my nan had been on about 3 dates before she met my granddad. A lot of them, they organised dates and dance dates back then, you know. They were very... A date was a date. That was it. You know, you went on a date and that was it. It wasn't like now. So my nan went on 3 dates, and she said this at her golden wedding. On the first date, the guy that she went on a date with, his surname was King. And the guy that she went on a second date with, his surname was Duke. And she said at my granddad's golden wedding party, she said, I thought I better marry this one. She said, because I went from a king to a duke to an earl. She said, before I ended up with a dustman. It was very funny, but that was very true. She'd gone from a king down to a duke, down to an earl. She said, I didn't want to go any further down the hierarchy. So she married my granddad. You'll be fine. You'll have a great time. Now, listen, I want to hear all about it. I'm going to be messaging you on Instagram tomorrow. And only if you give permission, I shall give the Ali Pallies an update on my video. But if you don't want to give feedback, don't worry. I'll conveniently forget that I've said that. All right, but I want an update. And then if you want to share anything else, I can also update the Ali Pallies. I'm really excited now for Emma. So, and then if you get on well, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a makeup for your second date tutorial. I'm so excited. Hello, Julie. Right, I'm going to say hello, Julie H. Tea and wine with the girls. You all have more faith than me. Emma, you are so pretty. I've seen pictures of you. And you're pretty, and you're also a gorgeous person. So just try and relax and be yourself if you can. Yeah, put a dash of vodka in your tea. I love that idea, Terry. Yeah, put a dash of vodka in your tea. and ask him what his surname is. And if it's King, then you'll laugh. If he says he's King. If he's a Smith, you might not be as impressed. Okay, thank you so much for joining me, everyone. And I will be doing some videos this week. And thank you for sticking with me. And by the way, I'm about 40 off getting to 2,000 subs. So if you've got any friends that still haven't subscribed to me, let's get to 2,000. All right, yes. And thank you, Shahina, for reminding people to like the live. See you all very soon. Love you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah.